Well, I got the heater on, so that's what the noise in the background is. But today's project, 2019 Ford F550 6.7 diesel 4-wheel drive, has an issue with the fuse block. So I've diagnosed this before and then ordered the right parts. The problem is the connections right in here are not good. Whenever you have the key on, I can sit here and I can move back and forth, and all the fuses end up not making connection. And then on the dash you can see the traction control, ABS, and a bunch of other lights come on. So that fuse panel has to be replaced, and Ford made it really easy to replace. All you have to do is replace every single piece of that, which is awesome. Got to take this intake off, got to take this battery out to give me access down there, and this fuse panel actually goes through the bulkhead into the dash, so I think we have to pull the whole dash out, and it'll just be a really fun job. I'm not going to film a step-by-step because it's too much damn work and I just don't feel like it, so I will start and then update you guys as I go. Well, not even halfway through the job, but I got a lot of stuff taken off. You got to take all that out, which is the top cover support, the intercooler, the radiator overflow, the overflow for the EGR, all your air filter, battery boxes, lower radiator hose, both fender wells. And now I've got this side loose. It's loose down in there. Still don't even have the boxes connected from the inside. Got the windshield washer reservoir out. Got it disconnected from that raceway, disconnected. Got my grounds disconnected. Now I need to disconnect these connectors, pull that open out of the way, and then work on the inside connections. Well, I got the old harness out, and I'll go over the list of everything I had to do. So the grill has to come off, the top cover has to come off. You got to loosen this headlight. Got to take both batteries out, the air intake out, the coolant reservoir, the intercooler, the windshield washer pump, the windshield washer or window wiper cowling, all that plastic, both inner fender liners. Got to remove the bracket that holds everything together. Then you got to take the inner fuse panel out, disconnect all that wiring because it all goes up through that hole. Kind of see that hole way right there. And then you're left with your old harness. Hey, what a pain in the ass. So now I got to snake that one into the inside, hook all those connectors back up, then snake that entire thing into there, goes up underneath there, down the lower core support, down there, run it up over to here, plug everything in, put the fender liners in, and fill it with coolant, the radiator and the EGR cooler, fill it with washer fluid, and then hopefully everything starts. I guess we'll find out. So I worked on that project. It took several hours, and the last part of that video, I think it was about 10 p.m. at night. I just didn't feel like filming the rest of it. So sorry guys, the truck started up, everything worked fine. Now when I first went to test it, I started the truck and realized I'd forgotten to plug in the transmission control module. And that's the only thing that I forgot to plug in, and it's kind of vital. The transmission control module on a Ford 6.7 is directly above the driver's side inner fender. You take that inner fender out, and then the module is actually in between the fender and inner fender structure support of the vehicle, and it's just a little block sitting in there, some big connector. So plugged that in, erased all the code, started it up, and it worked fine. Now I've watched some videos of some other guys on YouTube, and apparently it's a pretty common thing on these trucks for this whole setup to go out. Ford should have made something better, in my opinion, A lot of manufacturers go to connectors just on the bottom of the fuse block, so you can just pull the fuse block out. It's like it's its own module, and then you can put another one in. The main problem that people have, the reason they replace them on Fords, is because the fuel pump lift pump relay is built into that fuse box. It's integrated. It's a non-serviceable part. Now you could probably dissect that thing and resolder in a new one. Most people, and I would do this too, most people's fix for it is just to remove the wiring out of that harness that goes into that fuse panel and wire in an external relay, which takes you about an hour to do, hour and a half, something like that, as opposed to a $1,500 harness and several hours worth of labor. I don't know how many hours labor I had into that project, but I had quite a few hours of labor into that project. But needed to be done, and it's just crappy designs. If you guys got a Ford 6.7, that's what you're going to look into having to do. So if any of you guys have ran into that problem before, man, let me know down in the comments. I love to hear your horror stories about it, so I don't feel so left out, because it took me quite a while. If y'all ran into any other problems on a Ford 6.7s that you had to replace that harness, then let me know. Or if you have another harness on a vehicle that you've ever done that was just a nightmare, man, tell me a story down in the comments. I love to read you guys' stories. I love reading that any kind of my videos help you guys out at all. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and get out and fix something.